Hi, here I am in Scotland once again. I just wanted to share something fairly personal with you guys actually. Yeah, the beginning of this year, January and February, my mum had just had an operation. My dad got really, really sick. So I ended up, thanks to a number of circumstances between myself and a couple of others, being a sort of really doing a lot of help and caring around their house and so on, and that was tiring, but it was also really rewarding and a very different time, and I'm glad it's over. Dad's certainly health has improved, which is fantastic. And then just as that had finished, that sort of couple of months period, my daughter's baby decided to arrive about 4 weeks so early, so I went over there for a couple of weeks and spent a couple of weeks sort of being at the house, just sort of trying to be supportive and cooking meals and stuff like that. And again, that was a fantastic privilege to be there, but also a challenge and or quite tiring when you're sort of trying to think of what's best for somebody else. And it was only in the last month really that the Lord sort of I was just like, saying, oh, I'm so, I'm kind of glad that's over. I'm glad you gave me the opportunity, but I'm kind of glad it's over. And he just showed me something in my heart really. He said, the way that you care for those people, you don't care for yourself that way. And I was like, whoa, it was like somebody hit me with a sledgehammer right here. I was like, oh, you're right, I don't care. I don't put the same amount of effort into looking after myself as I have the different people. And I think it's really normal. Having been a mum, I've had 3 kids, they've all grown up and gone away, and I've got 3 grandkids now. But I think it's quite normal for us as women to really be sort of used to putting ourselves last pretty much. And actually I'm now on my own, and so it's a different situation, and I haven't adapted. I haven't changed the way I do things. I haven't stopped and really thought long enough, and in fact it took God to really sort of bring me up short and say, hey, you need to be looking after yourself. And so then I'm like, okay, just check this is God. Where does it say that in the Bible? And then you get back to the Bible, it says, love your neighbour as yourself. So it's not even a sort of love yourself, it's implied, because obviously you should love yourself, because otherwise you can't love your neighbour. It's so obvious there, and yet somehow or other I've managed to just miss seeing that, or miss thinking it, or just, I don't know. Anyway, God's brought me up short and said, really sort of brought it home to me, and I just really wanted to share it with you, because I do think it's a thing that women particularly are pretty rubbish at in terms of caring for ourselves. We're really used to pouring ourselves into others, and it's a really common thing. And I think we're really pretty rubbish at going, how do I care for myself? So, even just making sure that you have time out, time to rest, not just pushing yourself 24 hours in every 7 days, and time to come aside, time to eat good food, just time with, reading the Bible, getting into worship, prioritising those things as well, but also just some of the mundane stuff of like making sure you've got a decent healthy lunch and not just eating some rubbish because you haven't made time to do it for yourself. It's just things like that, and I just thought that's something really sort of, that was brought to my attention probably 4 to 6 weeks ago, and I'm really still working on it, very much so. And yet I think it's something we're all struggling with to some degree. Obviously I was struggling with such a degree that God needed to bash me on the head with it in a very gentle way. So I just really wanted to challenge you. Is that something perhaps God would be saying to you? What's the next thing that you could do to really start loving yourself in the way that God would have you love, so in the way that you love others? Where are you not loving yourself? So I guess, it's a question for you. Where are you not showing love to yourself? Where could you show love to yourself? And what can you do today, this week, this month? Okay, well, take care. Bye.